flag bearer of the NDC. Now, John Mahama says that the one student, one laptop initiative by the NPP government is for vote buy-in and an attempt to lure SHS students turning 18 to vote for the new patriotic party in the December 7 presidential election. He said this during an interaction with students from Wisconsin University here in Accra.
In basic school for the last 4 years, and you think that giving pre-tertiary students laptops, tablets, is more important. Of course, everybody knows the political expediency. The pre-tertiary students are going to register in May because some of them would be coming 18 years and above. Some are 18 already, and they are going to be the ones voting. So this is a gift to entice them to vote for the current government. Otherwise, if you are using 1.3 billion cedis to give pre-tertiary students laptop, our priority would have been different. There are other things begging for funding in our educational system than those laptops. But it's a bribe for them to vote for this government. But, I mean, the children do not exist in isolation. They live in households and families. Some of them, parents, are those who were working in the banking sector that you cruelly closed 9 indigenous banks and threw them all out onto the street. Bankers have become Uber drivers. Those are the same people whose children are in pre-tertiary education. So you think if you give his child a tablet, the child will vote for you after what you have done to their parents? Most of those children go home and their parents struggle to put a meal on the table for them because of your poor mismanagement of this economy. And you think that just giving the child a tablet is enough to buy their conscience to vote for you? I don't think so. The children should take the tablet, but they should remember that we cannot stand another 4 years of this poor driver Banza and his driver's mate.
Let's now get some reaction from the PRO for the Education Ministry, Kweku Kwartin, who joins us on Zoom. Kweku, good afternoon and thank you for your time here. What is the One Student, One Laptop initiative purposely done to buy votes for the students, as being said by Mr. John Mahama? Is that so?
Good afternoon to you and your viewers. I mean, for purpose of clarity, my name is Kweku Kwartin. And of course, now to the substantive question. I think as a country, we need to understand the changing dynamics in education all over the world. And we also need to appreciate the strong correlation between education and socio-economic transformation. And the fact that today, not just ordinary education or any usual education is being given to, many students in the rest of the world, but education that is relevant on, and of course has an impact on the socio-economic fortunes of the country. And so it is a more reason why all over the world, now people are exploring the deployment of technology, particularly within the 21st century and what pertains within the 4th industrial revolution. So our case as a ministry is that we are repositioning Ghana's education sector to produce, critical mass of people who are critical thinkers, who are assertive, who are problem solvers, and who will be able to use technology to transform the fortunes of this country, of course, in the coming years, as pertains in all over the world. I mean, we are in the 21st century. We are in the 4th industrial revolution. Is Mr. Mahama suggesting that just because we have an impending election, in the next 7 or 8 months, students should be denied access to, technological deployment or technological devices? Indeed, if you had studied the trajectory of introduction of ICT into or technology equipment or deployment into our education space, it didn't just start. We began with the introduction of the One Teacher, One Laptop in 2021. At that time, there was no election. Today, we are deploying over 1.3 million tablets to senior high schools, of course, in a way to transform our senior high schools to make it all smart schools. Okay. If you critically look at the age bracket between, for instance, students in Form 1 and Form 2, a lot of them are between 13 and 16 years. They don't vote. Even this project goes beyond the senior high schools. I mean, we built about 663 smart classrooms, even at the basics level. Those are about maximum 11, 12, 13 years. They don't even vote. Look at Kwabenya KG, the model KG that we built in Kwabenya. I mean, that is also a smart classroom project. Are they also going to vote? So clearly, that logic, I mean, is not consistent with the fact that is available. And so for us, I mean, for Mr. Mahama, he is a politician. He has the right to place political interpretation on everything. But for us as a ministry, our concern is to improve education, to make sure that we're able to achieve socio-economic transformation, particularly in this era of digitalization and STEM education.
Great. Mr. Kwarteng, just before you go, on that, the initiative, there are concerns about the usage of internet for this particular initiative. And we do know that across the country, not every place in this country has connectivity to the internet. So how are these students going to use these tablets if they get them? If you could just say a few things with regards to that for us.
Yeah, so the tablet is fitted with the learning management system, which operates both online and offline. Of course, I mean, when you talk about internet, you are looking at for research purposes, which is just a component of any technological deployment. But the most important thing is that they should be able to adapt to this technological era and be able to use such technological tools to be able to work. But of course, the tablet that we are going to distribute has both online and offline component that they are able to access all content accordingly.
All right. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Kwesi Kwarteng is the PR for the Education Ministry, reacting to comments by flag bearer of the NDC, John Mahama.